Hey everybody, this is Calvin Waite. I trade crypto for a living. I'm not a registered or licensed financial advisor, planner, or broker, so nothing on this channel should be taken as a recommendation to buy or sell. I also trade all of these things, so I probably have a vested interest in there. But there's plenty of entertainment value and lots of education, so this will be awesome. For those of you who didn't know, my subscription channel is live. So look at the link in the description over at cryptoinfluencers.com and you can see how I make all of my trades and what I do and what I think about everything. This channel is for more hypothetical and looking at trends, and the other one is for actual trading. So you might be interested in that. All right, guys, we are 1 hour from close. By the time this publishes, sometimes we'll be closer to close, but I've just kind of zoomed out. You can see there's a lot of lines on this chart, a lot of averages. This line is almost irrelevant anymore. I don't think we're going to drop down and touch it, but we have some horizontal lines. We have all of our averages. And down in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, everything kind of comes to a head. And I will zoom in on it so you can really see it. So from the top of this, the pre-FTX drop to our rejection off of the 50 on December 14th, and then our rejection off of the 50 again on the 26th. We have 3 points on this line. It's coming down. We have our horizontal, it was resistant, it was support here, and it was resistance here, support through here, support, and then it recently broke through and was resistance yesterday, but we're trying to get above it. And then we have our bottom support that's rising slowly. And the goal is to break out at some point. Look at this candle. This is unbelievable. The top of 2 of these lines is a breakout. So we break out above the descending line and the horizontal line at exactly, and I'll just click on it because we can do that, at 16,619. That is $30 away right now because we're trading here. And then our increasing support is coming up and it is trading at 16,579, and we're about $11 higher than that right now. So on a day when we really needed to get a bounce or get inside of this in here, we were hoping for a bounce, some kind of a breakout, some sort of decision. Bitcoin is just keeping us on pins and needles. We had a crazy drop in the middle of the night. I kind of woke up at 5 in the morning and saw us down here, and I was like, "Oh boy, here we go. We're gonna be in for some pain if we keep this trajectory going," because it was a decent drop. Let's see how far it was from our market open to the bottom of this thing. It's hard to see. Okay, right there. Yeah, well, 1.77. Not the end of the world, but certainly when you are measuring every penny because of this rising support, and we have a very tight higher low here, a very tight higher low. We don't want to put in a lower low than these, or else this is going to start looking pretty weak. It's going to be very weak. So we really need this to hold. So last night I was looking at this like, oh boy, here it goes. And then today we have struggled and fought, and we have made our way back, and we are now in the upper quarter of our candle body. And if we can maintain this, we have 52 more minutes. If we can stay up above here, 620 is our magic number. If we can close above 620, we have a real shot of breaking out of 2 of our resistances and retaining our upward support. That would be pretty phenomenal. I'd be pretty happy about that if you ask me. Plus, we have our 50. And this is kind of, these are some of the things I wanted to talk about. I have this chart here, So Mexi Global closes at 9 o'clock in the morning Mountain Time. And by this morning, we had pulled back up and closed really close to this support. So everything's kind of hanging on for dear life right now. But I looked at this chart. For some reason, Mexi Global's missing some dates. So for long-term trending, this isn't as good of a chart. So I kind of wanted to take a step back and look at this. On KuCoin, we have a full data set here, so this is much better to look at. Well, this is day 200. Day 200 ago is right here. So within 24 hours, our 200-day moving average is officially down in our trading range, like down in this lower range. We've erased all of the candles back here. It took forever. But if we're using this bottom as part of our average, and soon a couple more in here, even when these drop off, it'll get us even closer to this range. This 200 is going to flatten out big time. And so it's flattening out just under 20,000. It probably won't move far from here. 19,750 is kind of the golden point for the 200. And the 100 is going to continue to drop because another 50 days and we'll be out of this FTX drop period, like the pre-FTX period, and we'll drop down to where the 50 is now. So over the next 50 days, about a little over 2 months, we're going to slowly drop. The 200 is going to flatten out. The 100 is going to slowly drop, and the 50 is already flat. You can see how it's moving completely sideways. We in fact went up yesterday. And so we are in this kind of holding pattern where our major averages are waiting for price action. There are no more averages coming down to push us down. So like here price action went up to meet it, but we had a falling 50. And every time we've sort of touched any of these averages, they've been decreasing. I mean, there's an argument that we passed the 100 and it was fairly flat back here, but now it's on the move again. And so now we're going to start seeing our averages staying flat, which means all price action has to do is just move up to it. These averages aren't coming down to push us down. They are waiting for price action to come up to them. So this is a whole different ballgame. Like this is day one of all three averages being flat, because now that our 200-day moving average is down here, everything's going sideways. There's no more pressure pushing us down, which means our consolidation is complete, which is good news. This is where long-term traders are looking for opportunities. We're not sold yet, though. I mean, we do have to climb up above these averages to really get, to improve the shape of this chart. But for the first time, we don't have averages dropping to push us down. So that's a big deal. And with today's price action, this is about as bullish of a candle as you can ask for, especially when we've had a recent rejection off of 50, and we would normally reject pretty good. I added that in. I put the low on this morning during the pros video, and it's a 3%. So we have rejected officially 3% to the bottom, and now we're bouncing back up. 3% isn't going to break any history records or anything, which is perfect. We don't want anything too unusual to happen, but this is definitely on the low end of the spectrum. When we reject off the 50, we're going to get on average a 6 to 8% drop. And on the lower spectrum, if anywhere in 3 is possible, but still sufficient to satisfy the requirement of a solid rejection off of the 50. So we have that check box checked, and now we're rising back up. Honestly, if we can just touch the 50 in the next couple of days, it will be like things will very, very much be on the mend. And we are close. The 50 sitting here at 16,800. just like we were. I mean, 16,817 was where we were. Sorry about that. 16,820 was yesterday, and the day before that, it was at 16,800. So we flattened out at 16,800, and the average is sitting here waiting for us to cross it. So if we can get price to pull up $2 more $100 and close up above there, we exit the red zone. We've crossed a lot of downward resistance. We've respected support. Like, it's a pretty good perfect storm, which means our new year might just rein in a little nicely. This might be the absolute perfect entry point for long-term entry. So if we're measuring all of 2023 from this data point, we're probably gonna have a green year and probably have a decent year. We'll talk a lot more about this next Wednesday. I'm gonna do the live stream on several platforms, so we'll see if we can get an audience and get some good discussion. But we'll talk about monthly close and all kinds of stuff, so that will be awesome. But yeah, things are looking nice. This is definitely not the way I thought it was going to shape up at 5 in the morning, and here we are, 45 minutes left, and we are totally in the sweet spot. We are sitting right on everything, and it'll just take, we could sneeze and push us up into the 50, and we are changing the dynamics of everything. The chance of us doing it is very good. We have not seen a proper response to this bullish engulfing candle. So this bullish engulfing candle has not done what we would expect. It should have pushed us up further, and the response was fairly weak. The fact that we're still above the candle body is good, so there's still a response that can be had. But we're just patiently waiting. We're watching, getting information, and we'll roll with the new information that comes along. But so far, so good. This looks really nice. We will watch and see how it closes. And I guess today is Friday, right? Yeah, what are we at? Friday, yeah. So I'll probably be in we'll do a video tomorrow, and we can kind of check in. It'll be the last day of the year, and we can see how this year has shaped up tomorrow. All right, everybody, have a great night, and we will catch you on the next one. Thanks for making it to the end of my video. Make sure you keep those trades small. Don't force a trade. Don't get impatient. And if you want to see how all this works, please come over and check me out on the subscription channel at cryptoinfluencers.com. Again, the link is in the description.